Have you ever stopped for a quiet moment and truly asked yourself, what's the real secret to living well when the years start adding up? Not wealth, not fame, certainly, not even perfect health, if I'm being truthful. No. The secret, my friend, is a quiet sort of strength, the kind that lets you stand tall, reach for the cupboard, step outside to greet the morning, or hug your grandchild without fear of falling. The secret is balance. Today, we're going to talk about something that matters deeply to me, and I suspect to you as well. The quiet, mighty importance of balance after 70. I'll show you 4 simple exercises, gentle things you can do at home to help you stay strong and independent. And who knows, you might even rediscover a little more confidence with each new day. I'm Albert, and this is Golden Age Wisdom. Welcome, my friend. Let's share some thoughtful time together. Now, I know balance may sound simple, but for us, at this age, it's the golden thread running through almost everything. Our walking, our reaching, even just stepping into the shower. As we get older, staying steady on our feet isn't just about not tripping. It's about keeping our independence, our dignity, and that feeling that we're still ourselves. You might be thinking, Albert, balance isn't what it used to be. Well, let me tell you, you're not alone. My old friend Harold said it best one February afternoon, sitting with his cane between his knees. I can solve the crossword, Albert, but getting to the coffee pot feels like a puzzle now. We both laughed, but there's real truth in those words, and a story many of us share. That's why today I want to help you rediscover your balance. Think of these next minutes as settling into an old rocking chair with a friend, me, ready to share a little wisdom, a little hope, and a handful of easy, practical steps that can make a real difference in your life. So, why does balance fade, and what can we do about it? For many of us, it's not a sudden event, but a slow, quiet shift. Muscles don't answer as quickly. Ankles feel stiff. That handy handrail looks more inviting than ever. Sometimes even looking over your shoulder takes more care than it used to. Sound familiar? The thing is, we might not talk about it at Sunday dinner. Maybe we quietly accept that a little unsteadiness just comes part and parcel with silver hair and wiser years. But here's the gentle truth. Balance isn't just lost with age. It's mostly lost with inactivity. With each year that we don't move as much, our muscles quietly fade. Our confidence shrinks. Even our sense of space changes, little by little. But just like you wouldn't let your prized roses wilt from neglect, tending gently to your body can do wonders. I'm not talking about running marathons or joining the circus. I mean simple, kind exercises. The sort that give you the best gift of all, staying strong and independent on your own 2 feet. Let's talk about that secret power of balance in 4 simple steps. Each step is an exercise, or, as I sometimes like to call them, little rituals for growing roots. Because, if you think about it, trees stay upright, not because they're stiff, but because their roots and branches are always reaching, always adjusting with every soft breeze. Let's gently begin. First exercise, the gentle toe stand. Let's start with the simplest thing, standing tall on your toes. You don't need gymnastics ribbons or pep squads. Just you, a steady chair or countertop, and a quiet moment of determination. Stand behind a sturdy chair. Place your hands lightly on the back for support. Then, slowly, oh, nice and slow, lift your heels, rising up onto your toes, like you're reaching for that last cookie on the top shelf. Hold for a breath, then gently lower your heels. That's 1. The first time I tried this, I was with my neighbor Dorothy. She's a feisty one, born in 1940, still keeps her yard more spotless than my kitchen. As we stood together, toes rising, holding onto her old maple dining chair, we joked about being ballerinas. We weren't, of course, but the feeling, that lightness, that brief moment of rising, made us both laugh. And you know something? The day felt a little brighter. What does this exercise offer? Strength through your calves, your ankles, and your whole lower leg. It wakes up muscles you might have forgotten you had. Those muscles, my friend, are little guardians against slips, uneven curbs, and wobbles in the grass after rain. Try to do this 10 times, rest for a moment, then do another set. If you feel unsteady, keep both hands on the chair. If you find your confidence, try barely touching with just a fingertip or two. Just imagine, with each rise, you're not just lifting yourself up, you're planting new little roots. Roots that say, I am steady, I am strong, I am here in this moment. Would you mind sharing in the comments if you try the toe stand? Or maybe you remember a time you had to stretch for something and worried about losing your balance. I'd love to hear your story. Second exercise, the trusty heel-to-toe walk. Now, let's think about our grand old friends, the railroad tracks. I used to visit my Uncle Bill when I was a boy. His house sat right by the tracks. I'd step along the rails, heel to toe, arms out for balance, pretending I was a circus performer or some faraway traveler. For our next exercise, you'll channel that same spirit, minus the train, of course. Stand up straight. Place your right heel directly in front of your left toes. Arms out wide, if you like. Then, step your left foot forward, placing its heel right in front of your right toes. Continue slowly for 10 steps. Pause, turn with care, and walk back. This may seem childlike, but don't let appearances fool you. It's a quiet test for your ankles, your legs, and your focus. Balance, you see, is a bit like faith. It's built step by step, one gentle success at a time. If you wobble, that's fine. I wobble too. Some days more than others. If you need a hand, do this along your kitchen counter or near a trusty friend. My friend Ruth, she does this around her coffee table using the edge as a guide. You don't need to be perfect. Each step in this little walk is a promise. I am working on my steadiness, and it's worth the time. This exercise gently wakes up your sense of where your body is in space. That's what I call your inner compass. Age can make that compass a shade hazy, just like the numbers on an old radio dial. But this heel-to-toe walk brings back some of that clarity, bit by bit. Try to do this walk once or twice every day. Just imagine, the next time you step over a garden hose or along a narrow path, you'll feel a little more sure, a little more like your old self. If you'd like, let me know below. Where do you find yourself most needing steady feet? Kitchen? Garden? Maybe on the dance floor at a grandchild's wedding? Your story might help someone else feel less alone. A gentle reminder here. If you're finding these reflections worthwhile, and you'd like more gentle, practical advice just for us folks with a little gray in our hair, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's a simple way to share in this community of wisdom, and you'll always have a friend here in me. Third exercise, the March of Confidence. Once, years ago, in a small-town parade, I watched the high school marching band. Straight backs, knees high, stepping in proud rhythm. In their faces, I saw something beautiful, confidence, shining as bright as their brass buttons. We can borrow a page from their book, with a gentler step, of course. Find a safe, open space. Stand tall. Slowly begin marching in place. Lift one knee up towards your chest. As high as is comfortable, there's no competition here. Bring it down with care and lift the other. Continue this gentle march for a minute or so. If your balance feels shaky, hold on to the back of a chair, a countertop, or even a trusted friend's arm. As you march, imagine you're leading your own parade, each step a gentle drumbeat. This exercise isn't just for show. It quietly strengthens your hips, your thighs, your lower back. It brings warmth into muscles that might spend too much time sitting these days. This little march is my favorite when preparing for the day. It shakes off the morning cobwebs. I'll march as the coffee perks, humming an old tune, feeling the steady drumbeat of my own 2 feet. And when I see my reflection in the window, I think, there, Albert, that's the spirit. This marching helps in unexpected ways. Getting up from a low car seat, taking that first step out of bed, reaching the second floor when the elevator's down. It's not about showing off. It's about building quiet strength so that the world feels just a little bit bigger again. If you find marching in place tricky, lift your knees just an inch at a time. Every step counts, my friend. And if you have a memory of a parade or a tune you like to hum when walking, please share it in the comments. You never know who you'll inspire. Fourth exercise, the gentle stand and sit. I can't tell you how many times I've seen friends, and yes, myself, struggle with what used to be the simplest act, standing up from a chair. It sneaks up on you. The knees complain, the back hesitates, and sometimes you wonder if you're stuck for good. Let's turn that small struggle into a daily victory. Sit in a sturdy, straight-backed chair, not a soft recliner or couch, but something firm. Place your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Cross your arms over your chest, or place your hands on your thighs if you need a little help. Now, press through your feet and slowly rise to a full stand. Take your time, there's no rush. And once you're up, stand tall for a moment. Then gently lower yourself back into the chair, keeping control. Try not to flop down. Repeat this 5 times. Rest, then try for another set. Don't worry if you can only do a few at first. When my cousin Bill retired from plumbing, he missed the daily action. The first winter he spent mostly in his armchair, reading and sipping tea. One day, he confessed, "Albert, I haven't felt steady standing up since Thanksgiving, and that was 2 holidays ago." We started doing this stand and sit together, just a handful at a time. Before long, Bill noticed something marvelous. He no longer needed to use both hands to push off. A small thing, maybe, but an important victory for his spirit. This exercise is a hidden treasure. It strengthens your thighs and hips, wakes up your balance, and makes everyday life easier. Getting in and out of cars, standing for the Star-Spangled Banner, or reaching for that special teacup high on the shelf. Treat it like a daily ritual, and remember, each little improvement is a quiet triumph. You're not just working your muscles, you're strengthening your independence. Now, you may be thinking, "Albert, that all sounds well and good, but what if I get discouraged?" That's only natural, my friend. Some days you may feel tired. Some days you'll forget to try, or wonder if you're making any progress at all. Let me reassure you gently, it's just like tending a garden. Seeds don't become blossoms overnight. With daily care and a patient heart, roots grow deep and flowers return. Give yourself that same kindness. Celebrate each effort, each wobble overcome, each moment you stand tall. For those of us climbing the ladder past 70, these little exercises aren't just about the body. They lift the spirit and renew our connection to life itself. They remind us that no matter what else may change, we still have a say in how we meet the world each morning. Let's revisit the core reasons balance matters so much, just as a gentle reminder. First, balance gives us confidence. Remember Ruth from earlier? I'll never forget the first family gathering where she stood up to help serve the pie, moving easily from kitchen to dining table. Her smile was a mile wide. "It's not the pie, Albert. It's standing on my own 2 feet." The pride in her voice was worth every small effort she'd made. Second, balance prevents falls. And for us, that's serious business. One little misstep can cause so much trouble. A bruised hip, a broken wrist, weeks or months of recovery. With better balance, we reduce those risks. We keep the freedom to move safely, with less worry. Third, balance keeps us connected. It lets us visit friends, play with grandchildren, tend the garden, dance a little jig at the next family wedding. It means we say yes to life more often, rather than watching from the sidelines. And that, to me, is the deepest reason of all. Before we wrap up, let me answer a question I know comes up now and then. Albert, is it ever too late? My answer is an easy one. No, never. The body may complain a bit and the mind may doubt, but it's never too late to start tending your balance. Today is always the right day to begin. If you're worried about strength or existing problems, start with just a few repetitions. Or do the exercises seated if you need to. Listen to your body. Do what feels safe. If you're especially concerned, check with your doctor or a friendly physical therapist. There's no shame in asking for a hand. I'd also like to share a gentle tip. It's not really an exercise, but it's important. Watch your shoes. I knew a fellow Tom who wore the same slippers everywhere. They were as comfortable as old friends, but the soles were worn slick. One rainy morning, Tom slipped on his porch and rattled every bone on the way down. After a new pair with good tread, he felt steadier, surer. Don't overlook the little things, my friend. Sometimes, independence is built foot by foot. A word now about vision and hearing. Balance isn't just in your legs and feet. Our eyes and ears help us stay upright. If your glasses need updating, or your hearing aids need new batteries, take care of them. Clear sight and sound are partners in balance. And let's not forget the importance of rest. Fatigue makes anyone wobbly, even the youngest grandchild. Take breaks. Sip some water. Honor your body's rhythm. It's not a race. It's a journey. As we near the end of this gentle chat, there's an image I carry with me. An old oak tree in the middle of a town square. Its trunk is sturdy, but its branches dance in every breeze, always adjusting, always alive. Balance, for us, is much the same. We may not stand as straight as we once did, but with each day and each mindful practice, we sway with grace. We learn over and over that we don't need to be rigid to stand strong. I invite you now, give these 4 little exercises a try. You might be surprised at how your confidence grows. You might also find, as I have, that you begin to trust your body again, not because it's perfect, but because it's still yours and still wonderfully capable. And while you're here, I'd be honored if you'd share with me and with this small, caring community. Is there one little habit or daily practice that's helped you feel strong and steady in your years after 70? Or perhaps a memory, even a funny one, about balance or independence? Please write in the comments below. I read every story. If you found this video helpful or simply comforting, I'd be grateful if you'd gently click the like button or subscribe. You can also share this message with a friend or family member, perhaps someone who needs a little reminder that independence, like friendship, grows stronger when we tend it together. Thank you for spending this time in reflection with me. Remember, Every day is a new chance to root yourself, to reach for the sky, and to stand a little taller, wobbles and all. Take care, my friend. This is Albert, sending you calm strength and gentle hope until our next quiet chat.